All right, our first Brother Rice senior is defender number 31, Matthew Kirby.
Welcome everybody to Gary J. Little Stadium at Tom Mitchell Field for Brother Rice Varsity Soccer. It's senior night tonight as the kicking Crusaders will be facing the St. Patrick High School Shamrocks. Welcome to all of our fans, students, staff, families, and our first senior for senior night introductions is Matt Kirby. Matt would like to thank his parents Laura and Ron Kirby and give a shout out to his grandparents Helen and Jerry McGuinn for all their support. Matt is a 2-year letter winner as a varsity player at Brother Rice and has played soccer for 4 years. He attended St. Christina Grammar School, and his favorite Brother Rice memory is when he scored off a corner kick during his freshman season. Matthew's quote, senior quote, is "Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, the love of what you are doing or learning to do." Matthew plans on studying business next year at Carthage College. Good luck and thank you for your dedication to the soccer program, Matthew Kirby.
Our next senior is forward number 45.
Anthony Raphael McElroy. Anthony is the son of Robert and Odette Raphael McElroy. He's a 2-year letter winner as a varsity player and has played soccer for 12 years. Anthony attended St. James de Chantal Grammar School. Anthony's favorite Brother Rice memory happened last year at the stage playoffs games. He appreciated Coach Jerry's passion and dedication to the Brother Rice team. Anthony will be attending Western Illinois University next year to study criminal justice. Anthony agrees with Matt's quote choice about success being no accident and how it takes hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you're doing or learning to do. Good luck with all your future adventures, Anthony.
Our next senior is defender number 2.
Next up, we have senior defender number 2, Luke Harris. Luke is the son of Consuelo and Anthony Harris. He is a 1-year letter winner as a varsity player and has played soccer over the last 14 years. Luke attended Memorial Junior High School in Lansing. Luke's favorite memory at Brother Rice was this year when he finally stepped onto Tom Mitchell Field for the first time to play in his first game as a Crusader. During his first 3 years, he was busy taking part in the U.S. Development Academy. He played for 2 years in the State Cup and in the National Premiership League. He likes to quote, "Whoever says they hate soccer has never played soccer in the ring." He plans on going to St. Xavier University in the fall and continue his soccer career. Good luck to you, Luke.
Going to St. Xavier University in the fall and continue his soccer career and his studies. Good luck to you, Luke. Our
next senior is midfielder number 19, Joe Kresick. Joe is the son of Dolores and Drago Kresick. He is a 2-year letter winner as a varsity player and has played soccer over the last 2 years. He attended St. Gerald Grammar School and is proud to have been a freshman and sophomore captain and win the Best Offensive Award during his freshman season. His favorite Brother Rice memory is scoring the game-winning goal against St. Francis during his freshman year and coming out with a win against Notre Dame at last year's senior night. Joe thinks a lot like Matt and Anthony in his quote choice. Success is no accident, and how it takes hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. Joe plans on going to a Big Ten school next year and studying engineering. Best of luck in all your future advances, Joe.
Good luck, Joe. Our next senior
is defender number 13, Damian Ovalle. Damian would like to thank his parents, Isabel and Lalo Ovalle, for being his biggest fans over the last 4 years. Damian is a 4-year letter winner as a varsity player and has played soccer over the last 10 years. He attended Thomas J. Keller Middle School and was very proud to be named Best Varsity Newcomer at Brother Rice in 2014. His best memory at Brother Rice was with the sophomore win against St. Lawrence, when he was able to make a game-winning assist and raise the Christian Brothers Cup with his teammates. Damian likes the Michael Jordan quote, "It doesn't matter if you win, as long as you give everything in your heart." Damian has not decided which university he'll go to yet, but studying medicine and or business while continuing to play soccer is definitely his future plans. Good luck with it all, Damian Ovalle.
And our last senior tonight
is defender number 25, Michael Tinley. Michael is the son of Jerry Tinley and Svetlana Roscoe. Michael attended Prairie Junior High School and is a 4-year letter winner as a varsity player and has played soccer for the past 12 years. Michael takes pride in receiving the Spirit Award during his Junior Crusader season. A quote that resonates with Mike comes from an excerpt from To Chase a Dream. If a glimmer of hope existed, I was going to let that little light of mine shine. Fan the weak flame and feed it until it glowed or the fuel was gone. His best memory of Brother Rice has been playing and starting on varsity all 4 years, as well as wearing a Brother Rice jersey. After being around the soccer program since the age of 7, Michael plans on studying media communications or international business at DePaul University. Michael will continue training and playing soccer in order to be rostered at DePaul's men's soccer program. Good luck in all you do. And I'd also like to give a quick shout out to our beloved coach, Mr. Nick Marcoulin, who is here tonight.
Well, we thank you for tuning in to the Kicking Crusaders on senior night here as they battle the St. Patrick's Shamrocks. Stick around in a few minutes. We'll get the opening kick going, and we welcome you and we thank you again for watching Brother Rice TV for your Brother Rice Soccer. Welcome back to Tom Mitchell Field for some Crusader varsity soccer. With me in the booth is Jack Zampillo and David Wolf, and I'm Jack Avin. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play.
Well, Jack, we have a very exciting game out here tonight as it's senior night, which is always extra motivation for the current seniors on the team. St. Pat's, I know they're having a fantastic season, and unfortunately the Crusaders seem to be having a rough season at the record of 2-13. I definitely feel like tonight we're going to see some motivation between all of the Crusaders as they're going to try to beat this St. Pat's team.
Okay. Jack, anything to say before we kick off here?
Yeah, like you said, David, the Crusaders are coming in. It's been a tough year so far, 2-13, but it's senior night. These kids have something to play for. They're really excited.
Okay, as we align the players here for the start of the game. St. Pat's is going to start with the ball. In the goal for the Crusaders is Patrick McAuliffe, Jr. Expecting a big game from him. And here we go. St. Pat's will start with the ball around the 40-yard line. Slowly advancing up to the 50. Making some moves. Passes up into Crusader territory, and the ball is stolen by number 24, Matt Reedy. St. Pat's has the ball back. They cross midfield. They take it into the Crusaders territory. Miscommunication on the pass there. St. Pat's recovers the ball. They have it right on the sidelines. They pass back to their defenders. Trying to move the ball. Crusaders playing good defense.
Right here, Jack, I'm seeing this St. Pat's offense. They're really they're playing conservative right now. And we have a nice save by McCullough.
Yep. Number 7, Angel Adame. He seems like he's going to be a factor in St. Pat's offense. He's been getting the ball a lot to start, and he's a good passer. So a boot from McAuliffe. Put the ball at about the 40-yard line. It's going to take a roll. Couple of headbutts by St. Pat's, and they've got the ball right back in Crusader territory. Another headbutt from the Crusaders. St. Pat's has the ball. Big pass, but it's blocked and kicked away by Ovalle. A lot of headbutting here early. St. Pat's with the ball, moving it pretty well. A little trip there. Adame has the ball again. He passes inside. The ball is missed by number 30. It's given to the Crusaders, and they kick it away. It's recovered by St. Pat's. Seems to be playing... Oh, headbutt there. And the Crusaders have a break. They're going to not really take a strike here. It's recovered by the St. Pat's goalie.
It looked like there, Jack, it looked like Harris was trying to play it up to Finnegan and try to give him a run. Unfortunately, it looks like he got a bad touch on the ball, which led to Finnegan being unable to attack.
And we got a player down for St. Pat's, number 16, Adam Prezula is down, but he's back up. Nothing too serious. Yeah, as you were saying earlier, David, Jack Finnegan, sophomore for the Crusaders, the best player we've had in a long time. He's young. He knows the game very well, and he's been playing some Olympic team soccer, I believe, in the off-season as his club. So he's got a lot of experience.
Yeah, Jack, as you touch on that, I think Finnegan has a lot of amazing abilities at soccer, but I think the one thing that stands out most is his speed. The way he's able to move up and down the field is just absolutely insane. And as you were touching, he's been playing, actually he went over to Arizona a few months ago to play with the U.S. national team. So, he's only a sophomore. He's got the rest of this year and a couple more years at Rice. I'm looking for him to do some big things. He may very well go down as one of the best soccer players to ever come out of Rice.
Agreed, as McAuliffe gives it back to the Crusaders. A trip there. Brother Rice still maintaining possession of the ball. They're having a hard time getting it offensively as St. Pat's is playing stingy on defense. And the ball goes out of bounds there.
Yeah, one thing I'm really noticing early also is, as David touched on it a little bit, St. Pat's being very conservative. Short passes, not taking anything for granted. And one thing the Crusaders need to do is they need to jump on those passes. They really need to get on the offensive attack. Big
boot back into play as St. Pat's has the possession of the ball again. Adame passes to the defenders, who put the ball across midfield. St. Pat's has it along the sideline to give it back onto their side of the field, playing keep away from the Crusaders here. And we got a break along the sideline. St. Pat's has it right around the 40-yard line. And they're on a bit of a break right now to give it away to Brzulska, who passes along the side, and the Crusaders steal the ball back. That's Joe Kresick, the senior, who just made that defensive play. Now Mike Tinley passes it, and it's stolen by Adame, who gives it back, and it's stolen again. St. Pat's will recover it on defense safely.
Something I'm noticing, Jack, is St. Pat's is definitely playing the ball in sort of a triangle formation, trying to get around each Crusader player as quickly as possible, and getting off as many passes as possible so the Crusaders cannot step in and steal the ball right away.
And we got a break for the goal here, but it's saved by McAuliffe. Nice play running out of the goal. Looks like he's going to boot this one. He punts it down to about the 50-yard line. Gets a nice break. Finnegan had it, and we get a stoppage of play.
Something I'm noticing here, Jack, is Pat McAuliffe. He has a very strong punt. Hitting it to the 50-yard line is definitely it's a skill, especially for a junior.
Yeah, impressive play so far from McAuliffe. Crusaders will have the ball. It's their first real chance to have the ball on offense. Luke Harris passes it down deep toward the goal. It's headbutted by Tinley toward the sideline. Recovered by the Crusaders. There's a fight for it on the sideline, and it goes out of bounds. I believe St. Pat's will retain possession. They will. So we're going to have a throw-in. A lot of play along the sideline so far tonight. As Adame gets the ball, passes it over, and there's a big boot. This will be recovered by the Crusaders. Novaye with a big boot down to the 20-yard line. Gets away from the Pats defender. Jack Finnegan there on the side. He's got it. He's got possession. Making a move, taking a strike. Oh, just barely saved by the St. Pat's goalkeeper.
You know, Jack, as we were talking earlier, while we were watching the St. Pat's team warm up, we noticed that this goalkeeper was having real issues saving longer range shots. Do you think Coach McAlinden took notice to that and has told his players?
Yes, I would assume that the game plan would be to keep the shot short and simple and try not to do anything too fancy. Really make this kid kind of work for it. As another ball comes right to him, he saves it. Another shot, too, and possibly another shot goes over the net. Tough break for the Crusaders. They had a lot of chances there offensively. The goalkeeper for St. Patrick's is Christopher Troike, and he has played well tonight, but the Crusaders just put him under pressure, and he came out on the other end victorious, so he'll kick the ball off. Dribble pass to the defenders, and that ball knocked away a little bit. St. Pat's moving it well. Short passes down the field, and now the ball's stolen by Michael Tinley. Tinley with possession gives it to Ovaye. Ovaye kicks it deep. It's headbutted at the 30-yard line. St. Pat's retains possession. And it's kicked out of bounds by the Crusaders, so it'll be St. Pat's ball. Throw in here from St. Pat's is stolen, headbutted by Joe Kresick. Soccer guy. Kick toward the goal. Crusaders have it again, and there's a stop and play. Looks like it'll be St. Pat's ball.
One thing the Crusaders are doing a good job with so far is that, St. Pat's had the ball a majority of these first 9 minutes of the game, but they've really only had one real shot on goal. The Crusaders are doing a good job of keeping it out of their side. Well, as I say that the ball is going down there, but I think they are doing a good job of taking less pressure off of McAuliffe so far.
Definitely there, Jack. Pat is a is a little bit of a novice to the high school level goalkeeper position. He played back last year on defense, and this year he had to step up and take the position of what seems to be starting goalkeeper.
And there is a goal for St. Pat's right along the side. It was a good shot. Not much McAuliffe could do to stop that one. And St. Patrick's will take a 1-0 lead with 31 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the first half. So far, offensively, the Crusaders have ran into a problem in number 8, a defender for St. Pat's, Sebastian Mordrzejewski. He has played excellent defense. He's been all over his side of the field, really doing his job, playing keep away from the Crusaders. His brother Sebastian is on offense, number 10, who's rushing the Crusaders now as the ball's passed to Joe Kresick. Gives it back to Ovalle. Ovalle passes along the line. Nice move there. Crusaders moving the ball well, getting it across midfield onto offense, and there's Mordrzejewski to give it back to St. Pat's. Nice ball movement here by the Shamrocks. Passing along the line. Rivera with the ball. Gives it to Adame. St. Pat's moving the ball again. It's stopped by Ovalle. Giving back to the Crusaders. Jack Finnegan now with it. Off his body. Trying to make some moves. Gives it away on the far side. Crusaders now attempt to pass to Mike Tinley, but it's too long. St. Pat's gets the ball back, and now they're getting a run downfield. A lot of Crusaders there to stop this play from turning into a goal, and they do just that. There's a collision at around the 15-yard line.
Unfortunately here, it looks like St. Pat's is going to have a free kick with about 20 yards before they can reach the goal line. The Crusaders look like they're going to set up a 4-man wall. Hopefully they can shield the net. And as St. Pat's hits it, they clear right of the goal, and McAuliffe will now have a goal kick.
It was Christopher Mordrzejewski on the free kick. Went over the head of McAuliffe. And another goal for St. Pat's. Early in this game, there was some good movement down by the net. McAuliffe was tricked. And that makes it 2-0 St. Pat's. 29 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in the first half. Another scare here. It's the ball went over the net and landed on the other side. Almost looked like a goal from up here in the press box. Crusaders will get the ball. David, Crusaders are struggling early here to keep St. Pat's out of the goal. What defensive adjustments could they make to maybe slow the Shamrock offense?
You know, I really think that the Crusaders need to add an extra man on the defense because it doesn't seem like their offensive game is very strong today. So definitely something they need to highlight is their defensive game, and adding another player back will definitely help prevent future goals.
We have a corner kick from St. Pat's. Nothing to... Oh, shot goes wide right of the net. McAuliffe with a diving stab at it, but it was far right.
David, as you touch on the Crusaders' defensive adjustments that they need to make, one other adjustment I think they need to make too is one thing I see is as the ball is moving closer towards the St. Pat's side, where the Crusaders would be on offense, the defense is pushing up a lot. So I think they may need to push back a little bit.
We've got another play developing here on the sideline. St. Pat's got the ball inside of the Crusader 20-yard line. And there's a shot. It's going to be far right. McAuliffe has time to field it properly. Crusaders will get possession of the ball. McAuliffe going to punt it. Punts it again to the 50-yard line. Strong punts. It's headed by a St. Patrick's player. Crusaders now with the ball. St. Pat's quickly stealing it away, getting possession. Michael Tinley stabs at the ball and knocks it away for a second there. And the ball on the sidelines goes out. And we're going to have a stop and play.
So plays right here, Jack. The Crusaders definitely need to be more aware in the goal box because here, this is the chance for St. Pat's to make a move and hit the ball over the defenders.
Kick coming in from the Shamrocks. It's down into the end zone, saved by McAuliffe. He's going to let the Crusaders get back, catch their breath. He punts it out again toward the center of the field. It's recovered by Jack Finnegan, who's on the run, has it across the 50 and kicks it out of bounds. Pass went long there for one of his teammates. So it'll be St. Patrick's ball on the sideline. They throw it in almost immediately. Maintaining possession. They're moving the ball around. Good play there by the Crusaders. Finnegan has the ball now. Finnegan couldn't make anything materialize with it as St. Pat's gets the ball back. And now we got some action in the center of the field here. They're trying to play keep away from Finnegan, but he's using that speed, getting all over the field, really making it hard for the Shamrocks to get the ball away.
Jack, something I'm noticing here is the Shamrocks are using these long and short passes to bring quick strides out of the Crusaders, which really is a strong tactic because this might expend a lot of energy that the Crusaders have in need for these next 70 minutes of play.
We've got something now here as the Shamrocks have another shot. They're going to take a strike, and no, they don't get the chance. McAuliffe runs out of the goal and makes a nice play on defense to save it. It'll be Crusader ball with 25 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the first half as McAuliffe punts it away at the 40-yard line. There's a play stop. It'll be Crusader ball at the 40-yard line.
Here I can only imagine the Crusaders trying to take advantage of this free kick. Definitely they're going to bunch up inside the penalty area.
And they're just going to pass it off to the side, maybe try to set up a more serious offensive possession. Headed up in the air by a Shamrock. Could go out of bounds here. He heads it out of bounds himself. And Crusaders will retain possession of the ball. Not quite a corner kick, because they're going to throw it in. It's given to Michael Tinley. Goes off his knee. Nice little pass there.
It looks like the Crusaders will be called for offsides as St. Pat's now will have the ball again.
They've really been dominating the time of possession, I've noticed. Crusaders have only had really one series of strikes on the St. Patrick's goalie. McAuliffe's been under pressure all night. Ball's passed out wide. Back toward the middle of the field. Coming over to grab it. The Crusaders knock it away temporarily, but St. Pat's keeps control of it. At around midfield, Michael Tinley takes a swing at it. And Tinley gets himself tangled up with a St. Patrick's player.
I'm seeing a lot of turnovers by the Crusaders so far. They really need to rein that in because they're trying to make short and long passes, but it seems like almost half of them are getting picked off by the Shamrock defense.
That's definitely something to notice, Jack. It's almost as if the Crusaders they're trying to highlight their free kicks, but it's just as if the St. Pat's team is able to inch them out when trying to head the ball.
Looks like it's going to be St. Pat's ball here. Troike has the ball in his own end zone. Passes it out deep. It's headed by a Crusader. Ball staying around midfield. Passed out wide on the far sideline. Shamrock's making something happen here. Dribble gets past a man. They got momentum. And now it looks like it's a 2-on-2. And we have a stop.
We have an offsides on St. Pat's. The Crusaders will now have the ball. McAuliffe will probably kick it up there around half for the Crusaders. Looks like a yellow card. No, it is not. It's just an offsides.
Anyway, the Crusaders have the ball at about midfield. It's stolen by the Shamrocks. Moving the ball really well. Crusaders get a lot of men in the middle there, so they're going to move it to the outside. Pass made along the sidelines. Rivera has it. Passes it along. Ball almost goes out of bounds. It is kicked out of bounds by Ovalle.
It's a smart move there by Ovalle. It's definitely a way for the Crusaders to rethink what they're trying to do and talk to each other and give themselves a little rest during this long half.
St. Pat's has the ball. They're going to throw it in here. Players are massed toward the goal. As that ball's thrown right toward the goal, it's headed by Michael Tinley. Headed again by Joe Krusik. St. Pat's retains possession, kicks it back toward midfield. Mordrzejewski passes it, then gets it himself, passes it again. And it's booted away by the Crusaders. Headed by a St. Pat's player. Headed again. And now recovered by the Shamrocks, who kick it to the 10. The other Mordrzejewski loses the ball to the Crusaders. Passed up to the 40. Tinley heads it again. Tinley recovers it again. It's passed to Krusik. And Krusik kicks it out of bounds. Action on the sideline as the ball is kicked out of bounds again by the Crusaders. Thrown in by the Shamrocks. A lot of outsides here today. Oh, here we go. Some developing toward the goal. Good defense by Damien Ovalle, who turned on the Jets and ran across field to stop that from developing into a strike.
The referees will call that out on the Crusaders, and that'll now be St. Pat's ball in striking territory. They'll be going for a corner kick. Definitely something for the Crusaders to think about right here is, are the St. Pat's players going to run in, or are they going to stay right there and try to strike from that distance?
Always interesting to see what happens as the kick comes in. Toward the goal, McAuliffe leaps up and grabs it himself. He wasn't going to let them get a shot on goal.
That's a nice save from McAuliffe there. Definitely an advantage for him with the vertical from his volleyball seasons.
McAuliffe punts it away. Another deep punt. This one headed by Tinley. Recovered by Finnegan. A little now stolen by the Shamrocks. It's knocked away there. Shamrocks have the ball again. And McAuliffe's going to run out of goal and stop this one. McAuliffe punts it away. Finnegan hits off his cleat. Back in control of the Shamrocks. Ball's knocked up in the air. It's recovered by St. Pat's and stolen by the Crusaders. Now stolen by St. Pat's, who have the ball. It's 2-on-5 as it stands right now. Crusaders have a defensive advantage. Passed along the side to Rivera. Rivera's had a man, but he's been cornered in by the Crusader defense. And Ovalle comes over here and knocks the ball out of bounds. I've noticed very quick defense from Damien Ovalle. He's been all over the field.
Definitely, he's a key player in stopping the goals because he's able to jump in front of the shot if McAuliffe is not in reach of it.
St. Pat's will throw it in here. 19 minutes remaining in the first half. Thrown toward the goal. A missed header by the Shamrocks. Now they get a strike off, but it's blocked by Ovalle, who gets it up to Finnegan. Finnegan now has it. Tangled up with Rivera. Trying to make a move. He's double-teamed. Shamrocks recover it. There's a fight along the sideline for it. Leone kicks it to the center of the field. It's now booted deep. And McAuliffe playing tight there on the right side as the ball hits off the post and is knocked away.
Even though the scoreboard may not show right now, it's 2-0 obviously in favor of the Shamrocks, but Pat McAuliffe is having a good game so far. He's gotten a lot of action down there, and he's made a couple of good saves.
I agree. He's been under pressure a lot tonight.
Yeah, that's definitely something to note because next year there will be a fight between him and Neil Sloan for the starting position of goalkeeper. So definitely this experience in-game is really helping him.
Hard knocks, Brother Rice soccer. Crusaders have it now after a stop and play. Luke Harris is going to have the ball now on the 40-yard line.
The Crusaders seem to be continuously moving around, which is definitely a strategy that they have to have practiced.
So St. Pat's heads it out of bounds. Looks like it'll be Crusader ball. Now, should the Crusaders, they have the ball relatively close here. What should be their plan offensively to try to get this game a little bit closer?
From here, they should definitely do a long throw-in, which looks like they're not going to do.
And a little short throw into Tinley. And St. Pat's will get possession of the ball. So nothing really going there for the Crusaders offensively. This ball's given back to Troike. And Troike, we've said again, has only really had one series of strikes on goal, and he came out of that unscathed. He's got the ball now. Going to kick it back out to his teammates. He boots this one out to about the 40-yard line. It's recovered by a St. Pat's player who passes it along the sideline. Ball's been outside a lot tonight. Not a lot of action going down the middle of the field. And now St. Pat's taking it toward the middle as the Crusaders are forcing him toward there. And Elsmo passes it. Now he's got it again. Keeping it along the sides. And it's knocked away out of bounds. That was number 38, Lewis Kahn, on the good defensive play for the Crusaders. Throw in by St. Pat's here, Garcia. Throws it in toward the center. It's knocked away by Luke Harris. Michael Tinley now with the ball, trying to make a move, and it's stolen by Garcia. Passing toward the middle. Tinley comes in, makes a nice stop, and he gets tangled up with the Shamrock player, and they both take a tumble.
Jack, definitely something to note here between the Crusader offense and the St. Pat offense is the St. Pat offense is doing these long and short passes while the Crusaders seem to be doing skill moves with the ball, trying to get past the Pats players to find another open player.
So it looks like a free kick, I believe, and it goes way wide and over the net. It'll be Crusader ball.
Yeah, to touch on what you said a little bit, David, I've noticed that too. And I think that's the main reason, or one of the reasons why St. Pat's is up 2-0 right now, is because I feel like the Crusaders are sometimes trying to get a little bit too fancy with the ball, where St. Pat's is playing a little bit more of a strategic game.
The boot from McAuliffe back to midfield is returned by the Shamrocks, headed by the Crusaders. Now the Shamrocks have the ball again as Ovalle kicks it away. A missed header by the Shamrocks as Jack Finnegan now trying to gain possession for the Crusaders as it's booted away by St. Pat's. Shamrocks moving the ball well. They've got something developing here on the right side. And the ball's knocked away by Luke Harris, making a great defensive play as it goes out of bounds. St. Pat's going to throw it in here from the side. And they're going to switch up the thrower here last second. David, ever since those two early goals, Crusaders have been playing much better on defense. Luke Harris and Damian Ovalle are flying all over the field here on senior night. What should the Crusaders look to do defensively to keep this momentum going as the ball's thrown in toward the center, headed by the Crusaders, and gets away?
You know, in my thoughts, I definitely think the Crusaders just need to keep doing what they're doing right now. They're preventing goals, and they're getting everything out that's going into the penalty area.
McAuliffe will have possession of the ball, looking to boot it away. Jack Finnegan standing around the 40-yard line. Hasn't been much of a factor tonight, but St. Pat's has played strong defense knowing what this kid can do.
Well, yeah, coming into the game against the Crusaders, even though they don't have the best record, they do know of Jack Finnegan.
And Finnegan, speaking of him, he's got the ball right here in the corner. Tough position, makes a man miss. Now passes it inside. The Crusaders get a strike on the goal, and it goes just left and out of bounds.
Well, like I was saying, you come in playing this Crusader team. You know they haven't had that good of a season, but you look at a kid like Jack Finnegan, only a sophomore, like we said before, and just the impact he has on this team with the way he scores and just the way he moves the ball is just awesome.
Shamrocks now with the ball. It's kicked deep toward the goalkeeper, and McAuliffe is going to field it himself.
A little hesitation there by McAuliffe, which is something that he might need to work on, because he should definitely go with his first instinct, because most of the time the first instinct is the correct instinct.
Yeah, maybe he was just letting his guys get back, get some rest. St. Pat's. No, it'll be Crusader ball here on the 45-yard line. So here's a chance for Brother Rice to get some offense going. Get a nice sustained possession as Harris boots the ball deep toward the goal. It's headed by Finnegan toward the goal, and it's saved. St. Pat's, nice defensive play there. They haven't been tested much on the defensive end, but they're staying sharp. Troike with another save.
Yeah, again there, Jack. As we were watching during the warm-ups, this goalkeeper can save these close-range shots. The Crusaders really need to start thinking about taking some shots around 20 yards out.
Crusaders have the ball at around the 20-yard line. They pass it in. Nice little pass over. It's headed by a Shamrock. Crusaders retain possession. Pass up to Harris at about the 35. Harris passes it to Khan, who boots it deep. And here's Finnegan. He's going to have a chance. No.
It's a questionable offsides there, Jack. I definitely think Finnegan was even with the defender as the ball passed over.
I also believe that. I thought he had a real shot to score a goal and that maybe he had just beaten the St. Pat's defenders with his speed. Shamrocks have the ball now around the 18. They kick it out deep down the middle. It's recovered by Ovalle. Makes a nice pass. Ball now stolen by Garcia. Passed up around midfield. Shamrocks moving the ball well. Keeping it controlled on defense. Crusaders trying to box him in, but they escape. And looks like a Shamrock and a Crusader go down. That's Mike Tinley. That's about the third or fourth tumble he's taken tonight.
Yeah, Mike's been all over the place tonight for the Crusaders. It seems like every time I look on the offensive side, he's there. Every time I look back on the defensive side, he's there. He's doing a great job moving around tonight.
Big boot toward the goal. It's headed by the Shamrocks. Now possession fought for, and a great block by Joe Kresick, who has the ball, passes it to the inside, and it's kicked away by the Shamrocks. Tinley's got it now. And the ball again deflected off his cleat, and it goes out of bounds. Crusaders get the ball. It's going to be a throw-in here. Throws it in toward about the 10. It's recovered by Jack Finnegan. Finnegan making a move, taking a shot, and it's saved by Troike. Back to your point, David. That was a close-range shot, and he made a great job in stopping that play. As the Shamrocks have the ball now midfield, they've got some momentum. They pass along the sideline, and this is going to be a strike opportunity for the Shamrocks. But no, blocked again by Damian Ovalle. He's doing a great job on defense, getting back, making a hustle play yet again, stopping another shot on goal. Looks as if it's going to be Crusader ball. No, pardon me. That's going to be Shamrock ball.
Definitely right here, Jack, is a crucial corner kick for St. Pat's. I feel like they might be losing some motivation as every corner kick has been blocked by the Crusaders.
Yes, Crusaders really stepping it up defensively ever since allowing those two early goals. This corner kick comes in and is knocked away temporarily, and it's back out. Recovered by the Shamrocks. Ball's deflected off a Crusader player. And now a missed strike chance, but he gets it again. He rolls through, but there's a stop and play. Number 7, Angel Adame, had a good chance to take a shot on goal, and he missed. Ball just got away from him. So it'll be Crusader ball as McAuliffe has it. He'll be kicking it out from the 5-yard line. He kicks it toward midfield again. Headed by Tinley. St. Pat's with possession. And a block by Harris. Kicked out by Kresick. Recovered by Elsmo. Now the Shamrocks moving the ball around. Trying to keep it away from this swarming Crusader defense. Ball's kicked wide. It's going to get out of bounds.
Definitely an advantage here, Jack, is Pat McAuliffe's ability to kick the ball off the ground. I was noticing St. Pat's goalkeeper. He's kicked the ball once today, and it was more of a line drive.
Yeah, I agree completely. And now Pat McAuliffe is going to kick it out. He's been doing a lot of work kicking it out today. We have another stop and play. Looks like it's against the Crusaders. Shamrock ball.
Yeah, that was calling Michael Tinley right there. He pushed off the defender.
Shamrocks kick it in toward the goal, and it's knocked away, but they retain possession right around the 20-yard line. Trying to maintain a methodical offensive pace, but the Crusaders are playing swarming D as there's another stop.
Something the St. Pat's coach is going to be telling their offense in the huddle during halftime is to watch where the last defender on the Brother Rice team is, because that's definitely been a problem today, as that's their 5th or 6th call against being offsides.
Yeah, Ovaye's been all over the field tonight. He's typically the last defender for Brother Rice so far in this first half as McAuliffe kicks it out. Headed by the Shamrocks at the 40, now headed by Tinley. Passed in the middle, goes over Finnegan. St. Pat's with the ball now. Scramble for it at midfield. Tinley has it now. It hits off a Shamrock, and now they have the ball. Kicking it deep, and offsides again on St. Pat's. That one was a no-doubter. Crusaders will have the ball. We're looking at just a little over 6 minutes to go here in the first half. 2-0 Shamrocks on 2 early St. Patrick's goals, but since then it's been a much tighter contest. The Crusaders have played much better defense. And they've had the ball more offensively too, so Tinley heads it to Raphael McElroy. Finnegan now has it. Finnegan trying to make a move. Ball's knocked away from him.
See, now that shot right there, Jack, that would have been a very lethal shot against the Shamrocks. I definitely feel like if Raphael McElroy was able to get a foot on that, that would have been in.
Looks like Crusaders now putting it back toward the goal. Here it comes, and missed chance by Finnegan. The ball just eluding his outstretched leg, trying to make a shot on goal. St. Pat's now with it on the near sideline. Michael Tinley kicking it. St. Pat's letting it go out of bounds. Shamrocks have it now. Ovaye's going to have it for the Crusaders. Punts it away to about midfield. And looks like Finnegan's going to have a shot at it. No. Shamrocks kick it away again. Tinley goes up for a header. St. Pat's has the ball now at about the 40, and it's kicked down toward McAuliffe's going to run out of the goal and try to make a stop here, but there was another whistle. Crusaders will have the ball here.
That was a little bit of a questionable offsides right there. I definitely think that referee was influenced a little by the player's arms going up.
And there goes the ball, booted by the Crusaders inside the 15. Tinley now heads it again. He's been doing a lot of that tonight. Heads it again. Crusaders maintaining possession of the ball. It's kicked high in the air. Finnegan has it now. Hits off his body. Finnegan now maintaining possession. Takes a strike and a save by Troike yet again. Now he boots it away to the near sideline. Shamrocks maintaining possession. Got a bit of a chance here. We got a one-on-one here on the near side. Ovaye using his body, blocking the ball. St. Pat's has it again. It's now blocked again by Khan for the Crusaders. And now kicked to the far side. Crusaders maintaining possession, making some nice short passes.
So as a previous player on the Kicking Crusaders, I personally know Jack Finnegan. I personally know his shot. It's definitely it's killer. I was a goalkeeper, so I had to go up against the shot, and I can tell you that his shot from 30 yards out is going to be the same amount of power as his shot from 10 yards out. So I definitely think he should consider taking longer range shots.
Yeah, David, you have to assume that teams coming in here to play the Crusaders have to game plan for Jack Finnegan, how they're going to stop him, knowing what a great talent he is as he's in position to get the ball again there. And he briefly had possession, but it's given to St. Pat's. It hits off of Finnegan, and now Tinley takes a strike from far away. It goes over the net.
You know, we've been talking a lot about Jack Finnegan. One other guy I want to touch on is senior midfielder Mike Tinley. Now, Mike's been a part of the program for 4 years. He's unfortunately gotten hurt a couple times, which has prevented him from playing, but I know him personally. He's a really good soccer player, really great kid, and I know he's played on some really elite travel teams, so he has a bright future ahead of him in terms of soccer.
Shamrocks moving the ball well here. Back toward midfield. Joe Kresick makes a swing at it. And it looks like Kresick is down. Crusaders now have the ball on the far side. There's a shot and a save. Good save by McAuliffe. That ball came right at his face, and he was able to get the hands up and save it.
Yeah, definitely a very upfront shot by St. Pat's. Thankfully, that was an easy save for McAuliffe.
It's good to see that Joe Kresick is back up. Finnegan now has the ball. The Crusaders have a bit of a chance here. They've got it on the near sideline. Shamrocks recover it, kick it far. Now they've got the ball at about midfield. They've got all the momentum going forward. The ball goes a bit long for the Shamrocks as it goes out of bounds. So it'll be Crusader ball here. A throw in from around the 20-yard line. Minute and a half to play here in the first half. 2-0 St. Pat's. A lot of action here in the middle of the field. Harris boots it away for the Crusaders. Gets to about midfield. The Shamrocks recover. St. Pat's moving the ball. And there's a cross-field pass there. It's booted back deep off the chest. And now they've got something working here as it's blocked by Kahn and goes out of bounds.
Right here, we're definitely going to see a valiant effort by the Crusaders to not let any goals up within this next 40 seconds.
There's the throw-in. It's hit off by Kahn again, and he kicks it back deep. Anthony Raphael McElroy has it now. And a good hustle play by Mordrzejewski to come up and knock the ball away from him. Another stop and play here. St. Pat's maintains possessions and kicks it long. It's kicked up in the air by Harris. Recovered by the Shamrocks. Now the Crusaders steal it. Back up toward midfield. Good play by Kresick to come out. Try to knock the ball away from St. Pat's. Shamrocks kick it long. It hits off of Kahn's foot, and Shamrocks don't get another chance at a strike here.
Well, right now, the St. Pat's Shamrocks lead 2-0 against the Crusaders here at senior night. Thank you for tuning in for this first half of the Crusader versus St. Pat's game. Right now, we have a nice interview of a few of the seniors on the Crusader soccer team.
So, I think probably my favorite memory of playing at Brother Rice High School was probably putting on the varsity jersey my very first game as a freshman. That was a really special moment because I always knew I was coming to Brother Rice. I've been training at Brother Rice with my dad and Coach Mark Coolin and with the incoming freshmen since like the age of 7. This school's been a really special place for me when it comes to soccer, and just being a part of that soccer community here at Rice was really important to me. So putting on that jersey for the first time was really a special moment, and that's something I'll never forget. These last 2 seasons taught me that you have to keep pushing forward even through adversity. With those 2 tough seasons we had, that was difficult, especially for me my junior year, since I was injured the whole time. I had no way of helping my teammates on the field other than sitting there on the bench wishing I could be out there. So that was really tough for me, but it just pushed me to rehab for my senior season and just keep working hard so we can all be successful. After my high school career, I plan to attend DePaul University. I'd love to play Division I soccer at DePaul University. I know it's going to be really difficult because I wasn't recruited there, but I have been to an ID camp there, and I'm looking to walk on at DePaul University, and I'm willing to take all 4 years, each of my 4 years, to attempt to make the roster there at DePaul University. It's always been a dream of mine to play Division I soccer, and I plan to accomplish that goal.
My favorite Brother Rice memory is probably freshman year, scoring directly off the corner for a goal, and my first Brother Rice goal ever. Coach Jerry and Coach Mack on Varsity have taught us hard work and dedication, never giving up, no matter what the circumstances are in a game or the season.
Soccer.
I plan to attend Carthage College and hope to play soccer for the team or intramural.
My favorite Brother Rice memory is being able to play for Brother Rice my senior year after not playing for my first 3 years here. Brother Rice soccer has taught me how to overcome hardships because we've had a pretty rough season so far. I plan on attending either St. Xavier, Marquette University, or Loyola University, and I plan to play
Last
soccer.
year, Crusader Game Day obviously has some lofty expectations for this year, so naturally we would do what anyone else would in this type of situation.
Welcome to the first BRTV Combine. You all know why you're here. You want one of these. And in the sports world, there's 3 important jackets. The gold jacket, the green jacket, and the orange jacket. And not in that order.
This jacket isn't just given. You have to earn it. Wearing this jacket is a lifestyle. All right, you know the rules. 40-yard dash. You're going to sprint from here to there. Ready, go!
Let's go, move, let's go, let's go! Let's go, 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 go! Go! Move it! Go!
Ego with the ball, behind the back, looking for someone, finds Shepsky. Shepsky with the pump fake, Shepsky for 3, and he makes it.
Yes, what a shot. No, stop. Rewind it, go. I need some energy, something, just give me something.
Nego, behind the back, looking for someone, finds Shepsky. Shepsky puts up the 3, Shepsky for 3.
Yes!
Interest in the broadcast program here has really grown over the past couple months. And we have an intern now. That's pretty cool.
Hey, come on, you're going to your class, let's go.
Here's your cookies and milk, sir. 10 chocolate chips, just like you had.
Yeah, thanks. Does he still have some things to learn? Yeah, no doubt. But I mean, it's a process. I'm confident he'll get it eventually.
Alright, Tom, I'm heading out for tonight. Can I count on you to get that piece done by midnight?
Yeah, okay, sure, I'll try.
Alright.
Yeah, remember to get my orange blazer too. Dry cleaners close at 5, right?
Okay, no problem.
Alright, see you tomorrow. You know, people tell me all the time, Dan, you're so lucky you get to broadcast games on Brother Rice TV. And, you know, I mean, it has its perks.
But they often forget we're just regular students, too.
Dino Borelli. 11 for 21. 185 yards passing.
Mr. Hardy, stay with us.
Did you get that last slide?
I have no idea what's going on.
Like last year, Crusader Game Day obviously has some lofty expectations for this year, so naturally we would do what anyone else would in this type of situation.
Welcome to the first BRTV Combine. You all know why you're here. You want one of these. And in the sports world, there's 3 important jackets. The gold jacket, the green jacket, and the orange jacket. And not in that order.
This jacket isn't just given. You have to earn it. Wearing this jacket is a lifestyle. All right, you know the rules. 40-yard dash. You're going to sprint from here to there. Ready, go!
Let's go, move, let's go, let's go! Let's go, 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 go! Go! Move it! Go!
Ego with the ball, behind the back, looking for someone, finds Shepsky. Shepsky with the pump fake, Shepsky for 3, and he makes it.
Yes, what a shot. No, stop. Rewind it, go. I need some energy, something, just give me something.
Nego, behind the back, looking for someone, finds Shepsky. Shepsky puts up the 3, Shepsky for 3.
Yes!
Let's go, Crusaders.
Welcome back to Tom Mitchell Field for the second half of this Crusader soccer game. The Crusaders trailed the St. Pat Shamrocks 2-0. 2 early goals by the Shamrocks put the Crusaders against the wall, but they've responded since. Not so much offensively, but defensively, playing a strong game. David, what did you take away from the first half?
Jack, I definitely realized that the Crusaders need to start making short and long passes instead of playing around with the ball, just like St. Pat has been doing.
Crusaders are going to start with the ball here in the second half. Play stopped. Crusaders maintain possession. Ball is kicked out by Ovalle. Toward the middle of the field. Kresic gives it to Tinley. Tinley moving the ball around. Passes it to Reedy. Back to Tinley. And knocked away. Taken by St. Pat's. Ball deflected off Ovalle and stays in bounds. Shamrocks with a chance, and it's blocked by the Crusaders and goes out of bounds.
I'm definitely noticing here right off the bat that the Crusaders are taking the ball and putting it into dangerous zones. Back over here, Michael Tinley had the ball, and Matt Reedy was calling for it. Definitely playing it back to Reedy and having it reset would have been the right option.
Yeah, offensive problems here early for the Crusaders. There's a corner kick from St. Pat's. It's headed by Tinley, and the Crusaders defend another corner kick. Shamrocks will maintain possession as there's some contact on the sideline there.
One thing the Crusaders are going to need to do if they want to possibly come back and win this game is they need to keep the ball out of their side of the field. You know, Pat McAuliffe's taken a lot of heat tonight so far.
Another stoppage in play here. Looks like it's going to be St. Patrick's ball.
Some new faces we see out on the field here to start the second half are Jordan Harris, Tom Gallagher, and Matt Murnane.
St. Pat's has the ball moving along the sideline, and it's stolen by Luke Harris. Passes it long, looking for Finnegan. Finnegan trying to use his speed, but he can't get it, and the Shamrocks will keep the ball. Ball's at about midfield. Shamrocks still in control. Tom Gallagher comes up and steals the ball for the Crusaders. Gives it to Jordan Harris.
Apologies there. That's not Tom Gallagher. That's Anthony Raphael McElroy.
Shamrocks with it in Crusader territory. Ruiz on the sideline, trying to make a move, and Harris knocks it away.
Looks like we got a little Harris duo going on out here. Number 21, Luke's brother is also out there alongside him. It's kind of cool. I believe Luke's brother is a freshman, so it's kind of cool him getting some minutes as a freshman, and looks like he's going to be good for the next 4 years.
Looks like St. Pat's will be throwing it in here. Heaves it toward the goal. And there's a header, but it's by Mike Tinley. Knocks the ball away. Tinley steals the ball away. Gives it up to Raphael McElroy. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. Crusaders keep possession. Jordan Harris passes it into Matt Reedy. Harris to Harris there. So Luke's got it about midfield. Kresick passes it to Harris. Reedy went to go kick it. It hits off of a St. Pat's player and goes out of bounds.
My apologies, Crusader fans. Number 21, Jordan Harris, Luke's brother, is a sophomore, not a freshman.
Finnegan has it now, and it's knocked away. Jordan Harris now with it. Kicks it toward the center, but unfortunately there's no Brother Rice jerseys there. Kresick has it now, and it's stolen.
Something at that point, at that point there, Jack. The Crusaders need to charge in when it looks like the ball may be giving the Crusaders a chance to score. Definitely something that the Crusaders need to look at.
Finnegan has it now at about middle of the field. He heads it a couple of times and kicks it into some St. Pat's players. Shamrocks try to get it, and it hits off of Joe Kresick. Shamrocks now boot it toward the middle of the field. Fight for the ball on the sidelines, goes out. St. Pat's retains possession, throws it in. They take it around the middle of the field. Passes it in. It's knocked away by Matt Reedy. Kicked away by Harris. Finnegan has it now. Loses it. Another stop and play. Looks like it'll be Crusader ball here. So here's Luke Harris with the ball on the 45-yard line, about midfield. Harris boots it away. Down the middle, it's headed by Tinley. We have stop and play. Looks like this will be against the Crusaders. St. Pat's ball. They kick it deep. And St. Pat's has a couple of men run down the field. Crusaders able to cover on defense. That's Ovalle again.
It's a nice stoppage there by Ovalle, and definitely able to get tangled up there with the St. Pat's players. Definitely there with a 2-on-1 situation. The two St. Pat's versus him. The referees are going to play in his favor and give the Crusaders the ball back.
Matt Reedy's got it here. Passes to Tinley. Tinley loses it. It's recovered by Adame. Passes it deep. St. Pat's has a chance here. Passes it along wide and scores.
That shot right there was definitely unstoppable by McAuliffe. That was a very strong shot.
Goal was scored by number 10 forward Christopher Majzerski. Makes it 3-0 St. Pat's with 32 minutes, 34 seconds remaining in tonight's game. Crusaders appear to be making a switch out there. Raphael McElroy checks out. Ovalle has it. He passes it to Harris. Harris kicks it deep to Finnegan. St. Pat's with possession. Kicking it back into Crusader territory. Finnegan kicks it deep. Crusaders will have a chance here, and it's saved yet again by Troike. What a spectacular first half. Crusaders didn't have many scoring chances, but the ones they did have, he shut down real quick. That ball goes off of Matt Reedy out of bounds. Possession will be given to St. Pat's. Ball goes out again. It'll be again St. Pat's ball. Players massing toward the net. Crusaders know what's coming defensively. Here comes the throw. Right toward the center of the goal. Ball is loose, but it gets away from McAuliffe and goes out of bounds. McAuliffe heads back to the goal. Looks like St. Pat's will have another throw-in from the opposite side of the field. This will actually end up being a corner kick, so this is another big play here. In comes the kick. It's headed by the Crusaders, who maintain possession. And a collision there. That'll give the ball to the Crusaders.
A big hit there by John Mattis. Substitute in for the Crusaders. Definitely a good idea to put some fresh legs in, especially right now after the Crusaders may have just lost some motivation as they let in that goal right at the beginning of the half.
I couldn't agree more, Dave. It's important to cycle the subs into the game, get them experience, and keep fresh legs on the field.
Yeah, I know I said this before the game, but for you Crusader fans in here, Coach Marculin is in the house tonight. He was a long-term coach for Brother Rice. Had some great teams here, and it's great to see him back supporting his Crusaders.
Oh yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Troike kicks it out, and it goes straight out of bounds. So it'll be Crusader ball. Matt Reedy throws it in instantly. Finnegan, nice pass on the side. Jordan Harris fighting for it, but he loses it to the Shamrocks.
John Mattis just had a nice play there, not diving in. Definitely is going to help him when he's trying to steal the ball after the St. Pat's player gets confused.
Now, Dave, there's just under 30 minutes to play here in the game. Crusaders are down 3-0. They haven't had many chances offensively. Do you think that they need to start getting desperate and really trying to get some strikes on goal?
You know, Jack, I think that Coach Mack and Coach Jerry talked to them during halftime, definitely stating to them how important it is to get this ball on offense and striking it any moment they have. Because definitely one goal here can change the motivation of the Crusaders, as it is not a very large margin.
St. Pat's threw it in there, and it was headed toward the goal, but a good grab by McAuliffe. He's going to hold the ball, and I know the score says 3-0, but McAuliffe has been under pressure all night. He has faced a good number of shots, and the overwhelming majority of them he has defended well, and 2 of these 3 goals, in my personal opinion, were just out of his control. So he's played a great game tonight. This ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Crusader ball. Throw in at midfield. It's thrown into Tinley. Stolen by the Shamrocks and back to the Crusaders. A little back and forward here. It's a struggle for the ball at midfield as Finnegan gets into it. Now Tinley. And now St. Pat's with it looks to be a breakaway, but McAuliffe runs out of the goal. Stops the Shamrocks before they have a chance. Boots it away toward midfield. It's headed by the Shamrocks, who will maintain possession. We got some developing down here toward the center of the goal. Good defense by Ovalle. Possible no call there by the officials. We now have a stop and play.
So it looks like the Crusaders are calling for a 3-man wall, which is definitely a good idea because this 3-man wall might stop a possible shot, or this might cause St. Pat's to just play it back to a defender.
You got to be brave to stand in there and possibly take a shot to the face or worse. Crusaders survive that one. They get the ball back, kick it toward midfield. It goes over the head of the Shamrocks, but they get the ball anyway at midfield. In terms of field possession, it's been no question a dominating effort by the Shamrocks, who have had the ball on the Crusaders side of the field for most of this game. But the Crusaders have something going here. Jordan Harris now with the ball. Recovers it. He goes to kick it, but it's blocked by a St. Pat's player who recovers the ball, and now Matt Reedy goes in and steals it. Reedy got something going, and that ball's now stolen. So St. Pat's picking the pockets of the Crusaders as they get down and close to the goal. Ball goes out of bounds there.
Risky call by Reedy there to go up and play offense. He's playing right now, playing right back.
Looks like another substitution for the Crusaders. As Mike Tinley will tag out.
Yes, in comes freshman Brian Barsh. He comes from my grammar school, St. Barnabas. Definitely proud to have him on this team.
Yeah, and as a freshman, he must be doing something right to be on varsity. Shamrocks with the ball now, moving it down midfield. Ruiz has had the ball for a long time. He keeps going. And now they're going to have a shot on goal. McAuliffe blocks it. Great play. And now another shot, and that's blocked by Ovalle. Just a great play by Damian Ovalle. McAuliffe gets out of the goal. He's chasing after the ball. Ovalle clearly sees all the St. Pat's players. He knows they'll have a second shot if McAuliffe blocks the first. And he played defense there, getting right in the middle of the net.
The Crusaders definitely getting a little more physical as they become more fatigued. They need to continue to fight as they were during the middle of the first half instead of starting throwing arms and tripping.
This kick in toward the middle. Recovered by the Crusaders. Sliding defensive kick by St. Pat's, who now has the ball yet again. It goes out of bounds. And Brother Rice will get the ball. Another stop and play, not sure what for. Ball will be given to the Crusaders. Luke Harris has it on the far sideline. He's going to boot it into the middle of the field. Looking for Finnegan. A couple of nice headers by the Shamrocks, and they have control of the ball again. Little momentum as they try to kick it toward the goal. McAuliffe's going to run way out of his box to save it. Crusaders with it now.
That was a nice touch there by Mattis. Definitely a smart play, too, playing it out to Jordan Harris.
Unfortunately for Harris, Shamrocks managed to steal the ball from him. They're moving the ball well on the near sideline. Matt Reedy almost deflects it back toward the Crusaders, but the Shamrocks recover nicely. Ovalle with it now. He boots it deep. Looking for Finnegan. Finnegan does have it, but loses it. Now it goes off his cleat and out of bounds. Be Shamrock ball. Thrown in by the Shamrocks. Good defense there by Luke Harris. This ball's forced out of bounds. Shamrocks with it now. Looks like it's going to be another throw-in. Launched into the middle. Headed by Kresick. Who gets it away from the goal. Goes out of bounds. Shamrocks inbound it again.
It looks like now, even with 21 minutes left, St. Pat's is trying to just retain possession and hold it off from the Crusaders, playing it back and resetting it. Not trying to make too much of an advancement.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing keep away out there. They're moving the ball. Well, they got a chance here. But they had no players in the middle of the field, only white jerseys. Crusaders kept it away. Now here's a shot and a goal. The Shamrocks using a cross-the-field pass to two wide-open players. McAuliffe couldn't defend them both. He chose wrong. The Shamrocks get another goal, making it 4-0. St. Pat's. 21 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the game. Crusaders are going to make a substitution here.
I'm sure right now Pat McAuliffe is thinking in his mind several things. He's definitely thinking, I need to keep this up for the seniors. But I'm sure he's very frustrated as he's been giving it his all tonight, and it definitely seems like the defense is starting to deteriorate towards the end of this game.
Absolutely. Can't take much away from McAuliffe. He's played his heart out tonight. Shamrocks have the ball again in Crusader territory. Tinley shot it toward his own goal. Interesting move. Goes out of bounds. Obviously, he wasn't trying to score in his own team. Smart play by Tinley, knocking it out of bounds, Dave? What do you think?
I'll call that a smart play, as it's just giving the Crusaders more time to think and just decide on a game plan here to prevent St. Pat's from scoring any more goals. But I really think he should have aimed for kicking it out of bounds on the side rather than giving the St. Patrick's Shamrocks the advantage with the corner kick.
Corner kick down into the middle, a header, and it is saved by McAuliffe. Good play by the junior goalie. He boots it toward the middle of the field. Finnegan in a foot race for it.
Hopefully that save right there will give the Crusaders the motivation that they need. Hopefully they'll think about how hard McAuliffe has been playing and want to repay him for all of his amazing saves tonight.
Yeah, obviously this game hasn't gone the way the Crusaders wish it had gone, especially the seniors. But one thing that's really promising is that they haven't really given up, and that's what you want, especially as a coach. That's really promising to see. When your team's down 4 goals, coming back from 4 goals in soccer is a pretty tough deficit. Hopefully they can do it, but they just need to keep playing hard, and I'm sure their coach will be proud of them for that, especially the seniors.
Crusaders have the ball in the middle of the field now. Finnegan with it. Finnegan takes a shot, and it hits off a St. Pat's player and goes out of bounds. Well, I'll tell you who's had an easy workload tonight. Christopher Troike, goalkeeper for St. Pat's. Not faced many shots on goal tonight, but the ones he has gotten, he's played well and managed to keep the Crusaders off the scoreboard.
That's very true, Jack. And with this half going the way it has been, the defense for St. Pat's is definitely very fresh. They have not had to face many goal-scoring chances from the Crusaders.
Troike has the ball now. He kicks it off to the side. Shamrocks holding on to the ball. Taking it up to midfield. Harris knocks it out of midair. Crusaders seem to have possession now. And back to St. Pat's.
That was definitely more of an instinct there by Mattis just to toe poke it away. I think he needs to think about the amount of time that he really has with the ball and try to devise a plan with that amount of time.
Valle knocks it away back toward midfield. Crusaders seem to have it now. Deep ball there, followed by another one from the Shamrocks. Ball goes off of Michael Tinley, now headed by St. Pat's, and they're going to keep holding this ball, letting this clock run down. Really think it's a little too early to be playing ball control when you're up 4 goals, but... And Tinley goes down again with another St. Pat's player.
And Tinley will be given a yellow card, and he'll be forced to take a seat for a few minutes.
Yeah, he's been taking a lot of spills tonight. It's about his 5th or 6th one of the game, and I mean that's got to be just you're playing your heart out. It's your senior night of your senior year. This game means a lot, and it's not going your way. You think it's just frustration that's kind of getting him to play more aggressive?
Definitely right now, along with the fatigue, he's definitely throwing more hands or trying to step in front of the ball than he should, which ends up in him either pushing the player or tripping the player.
Well, it's going to be St. Pat's ball. Setting up shop with a little over 18 minutes to play in the game. They send it long. It's headed off a player, off another's body. Now Ovalle with it. Sends it long. He's been one of the bright spots for the Crusaders tonight. Now Jack Finnegan with it. Dribbling it up. Makes a man miss. Goes right down the middle of the field. Finnegan using his speed. Passing it along, and the pass is wide. But it's recovered by Ovalle. Ran all the way over from the other end of the field. He kicks it in deep. There's a fight for it now. Looks like the Shamrocks. Nope, the Crusaders keeping a hold of it. Matt Reedy with it now. Reedy passing it in the middle. It's intercepted and grabbed by the Shamrocks. Send it long. Looks like it could be a one-on-one. McAuliffe runs way out of the goal and knocks it away. Smart play by Pat McAuliffe. A gutsy decision to run out of your own goal so far out to knock the ball away, but it proved effective.
Yeah, like you said, Jack, that is pretty gutsy to run out that far, especially when you got a very fast Shamrock running towards you. But that shows the confidence that McAuliffe has in himself and his defenders. I think that's a promising thing to see.
Crusader ball here. Under 17 minutes to play. Reedy throws it in along the near sideline. St. Pat's recovers it. Shamrocks moving down the middle of the field. They got some speed down there middle. Here comes a strike, and that ball goes in for yet another Shamrock goal, making the score now 5-0. Just getting past the outstretched arms of McAuliffe.
You know, Jack, right there, I understand McAuliffe might be tired, but that he should make that valiant effort to be aggressive and attack the ball, and that would decrease the box that player has to shoot.
Yep, I agree. Finnegan has the ball at about midfield.
And St. Pat's will make a substitution, switching out the current goalkeeper for a new, looks to be a more youthful goalkeeper.
This could be a chance for the Crusaders to get on the scoreboard here as Kresick has it. Passes it to Finnegan. Finnegan has it in the middle of the field. Dribbling with it, passes it to number 6. Brother Rice, who kicks it toward the middle, but it's blocked and knocked away by the Shamrocks.
Definitely not a smart play by Barsh right there, as he should have tried to play it into the penalty box, not keeping it on the ground.
Kahn knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Shamrock ball along the side.
Here we still have McAuliffe chanting to watch some players on St. Pat's, and it looks as though Ovalle will cover that player. Definitely here, a key part in this game has to be the communication of the St. Pat's players. I've been able to hear them most of the game, mainly from the offenders. But here, for the Crusaders, we can hear Pat McAuliffe. It's definitely a great thing having your goalkeeper be able to read the field and then explain to the offense, defense, and midfield what's going on.
Shamrocks have the ball again inside, but it's knocked away by Luke Harris. Crusaders now have it. On the run is Joe Kresick, who kicks it deep, and the new goalkeeper for St. Pat's kicks it away. Something going out for St. Pat's. They're going to have another strike on goal. It's blocked by McAuliffe and goes wide. Great defensive play by Pat McAuliffe. Just got a piece of it with his right hand and sent it long. So even with the score 5-0 and time running out here on senior night, Pat McAuliffe still playing his heart out there. It was a great save. Corner kick here from St. Pat's. A header goes over the goal. McAuliffe will have it. The new goalkeeper for St. Pat's is Jorge Sabero, and he's hanging out pretty far from his goal box. This ball's sent long. St. Pat's keeping it about midfield. Fought for on the sidelines, goes out. Crusaders have it.
Guys, I want to touch a little bit more on goaltender Pat McAuliffe. You know, David, you said earlier that next year he's going to be competing with another guy for the starting goalie job. And, you know, in a game like this, when you're down 5-0, a coach looks at, you know, not only how you're playing, but what your demeanor's like, you know, your attitude. And he's definitely showing Coach Mack that he has a good attitude.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Truly, you know, McAuliffe is not letting St. Pat get on his mind. Even with that previous attempt by St. Pat's, McAuliffe stood his ground. He did not let St. Pat's score at all, which is phenomenal, considering it was a 2-on-1 situation.
Finnegan boots it long. Ovaye's fighting for it on the outside, and the ball goes out of bounds. Dave, I'd be willing to wager that the Crusaders have had the ball for maybe less than 6 minutes in their own offensive territory. I mean, it's been domination for St. Pat's. They've had the ball. Crusaders have been playing defense for well over 2/3 of this game, I'd say. What do you think the key is as they get another breakaway here? Looks like they're going to have another shot on goal unless Ovaye can disrupt him, and I believe he does. McAuliffe now has it. He's going to kick it out. And ball goes out of bounds. But, Dave, would you agree that it's just been absolute sort of dominance by the St. Pat's Shamrocks, holding the ball inside of the Crusader territory, really wearing them out?
Definitely in the beginning of the first half and mainly this entire second half, the Crusaders have been playing defense more than offense, but I'll disagree with the end of the first half. The Crusaders were definitely on and off with the offense, and when they were on offense, they were making phenomenal strikes. But unfortunately, they just weren't able to finalize that strike and score.
Yes, I agree, as we have a player down for St. Pat's. Number 18, Jonathan Rodriguez, defenseman. He's able to get back on his feet. So that's good to see. We've had a relatively clean game, no injuries tonight. Always a good thing. Ball's booted long toward McAuliffe, who recovers it. Looks like he's ready to send it deep. He does. Matt Reedy had it. He loses it. Fights for it, gets it back, gives it to Tinley.
It's a nice spin move there by Reedy. He's still playing strong. He's been in this entire game. He hasn't given up yet. He's definitely really wants the Crusaders to not get shut out in this game. And it looks like he's gonna continue to go up and come back on defense just to make sure the Crusaders are not scored on and to attempt to score for the Crusaders.
Be St. Pat's ball at about midfield. Some substitutions being made for the Shamrocks. Slowly benching their starters, giving them a well-deserved rest for the way they played out here today. So they will throw it in along the sideline. Crusaders are able to knock it away, but Shamrocks eventually keep the ball.
And on the sideline right now, it looks like Pat McGann is getting ready to go into the game.
And we're going to have possibly another strike. We will. And it goes long. McAuliffe dove for it, but I think it might have just gone out of his reach as it goes way out of bounds.
That's a very, very questionable call right there. I believe that was phenomenal stretching by McAuliffe, but I do not think it hit off of his glove. So it's definitely questionable. The referees, they might need to figure out how to tell if it hit his glove, because I don't really think it did.
Corner kick from Pats coming in. Avoids most of the Shamrocks. Matt Reedy forcing the ball out of bounds. St. Pat's will have it. They'll throw it in. Throw it in right toward the center. It's headed by Tinley. Shamrocks will take a shot, and McAuliffe was able to save it. It went... His first effort didn't corral the ball completely as it started to slip away from him, but he maintained grab of it, was able to stop a goal. He boots it toward the midfield, where Jack Finnegan fights for the ball. Tough day for Finnegan. He hasn't really had a lot of chances offensively. He had a good shot at the end of the first half, but other than that, he's been covered like glue all night by the Shamrock defenders. St. Pat's launching it toward the goal. It's headed by Tinley, headed by the Shamrocks, and finds its way to McAuliffe, who's going to punt it deep. We're going to stop and play. Looks like will be against the Shamrocks. I definitely saw a bit of a push from number 2 there, so good call. Crusaders will take it at midfield. Luke Harris going to kick it away. Crusaders send it a bit long, but looks like there's going to be an offside call. 7 minutes remaining here. Score 5-0 in favor of the St. Patrick's Shamrocks.
This referee here is holding out from letting the substitutes into the game.
Yeah, they're starting to pile up there on the far sideline. Crusaders working with something there, but St. Pat's is able to bat the ball away. They've got control of the ball, sends it long. Looks like this is going to be a one-on-one between McAuliffe and the Shamrock player, and McAuliffe knocks it away using his body. Shamrocks have the ball again. This is a 2-on-1. McAuliffe dives and makes a save. Great play by Pat McAuliffe. Well, those were 2 saves with basically no defensive help. He just went in there, blocked the first one with his body, and then ran and stole the second one. Way late into this game, and Pat McAuliffe still playing hard. Ovalle with it. Sends it long. Finnegan with it now, taking a dribble.
It's a nice save there by the new goalie for St. Pat's.
Yeah, that was a strike.
Yeah, that was a very nice diving save there. It looked very, very much like a professional save that you would see during a Madrid versus Barcelona game.
Yeah, I heard those games get a little crazy. Crusaders will have a corner kick. Interesting to see what they do here. They kick it toward the middle. Not able to get much going. There's a stop and play. It looks like it'll be Shamrock ball. Just under 5 minutes remaining here on senior night. Crusaders still playing hard late into the final minutes here.
Some subs in for the Crusaders are Patrick McGann, who's playing back on defense, and Ali Zayed, who's playing forward. as well as Nolan Green, who looks like up at forward as well. A nice save by McAuliffe.
He's going to throw it out now.
Let's see if Tinley can play it up to Gallagher, who has made his appearance now into the game.
Nolan Green passes it, but it's picked off by the Shamrocks.
Nolan Green here is a multi-sport athlete. He is also the kicker for the. He's also the assistant kicker for the varsity football team. He definitely has a busy day.
Reedy's going to throw it in for Brother Rice. Some confusion. A missed header chance there by the Shamrocks. And the ball knocked away by the Crusaders. It'll be Shamrock ball.
You know, Jack, I really hate to say this, but it really just looks like St. Pat's is just having a nice dribble session against the Crusaders. It looks like they're trying to pick out one Crusader to play around, and they're just moving on from there.
Well, they send that one right toward the goal, and it's knocked away by Luke Harris. But I agree, David. I think they've really been just trying to play ball control ever since about the 20-minute mark, you know, and they thought that they had this game under wraps and they could just start dribbling it around one or two Crusaders, tire them out, and just sort of play with them. Tinley has it now, taking it up the field. He makes a aggressive play up the middle to save possession for Rice, but it's now Pat's ball. Shamrocks playing in toward the center of the field. They're going to have a chance here to score. It's blocked by Tinley. Tinley's down. Another shot goes over the goal. And all eyes are on Mike Tinley, who made a diving effort, a slide. He blocked the ball with some part of his body. He's still down on the field.
That is definitely something you don't want to see. Tinley's been playing his heart out all night tonight. He's been getting banged around the whole night. He's battled injuries in the past, and we really hope it's nothing serious.
He rolled over here. Looks like the referee is actually helping him. We're not seeing the trainer out on the field.
It sort of looks like Tinley might have gotten the wind knocked out of him, or he might be having some cramps in his hamstrings right now. His legs look like they're really struggling.
Yeah, it appears to be a leg injury as our wonderful trainer, Margie, runs out onto the field to assist in helping Michael.
Yeah, you know, Marge, she's always helping the Crusaders. I'd classify her as a world-class trainer.
And she does what she can, you know. She's a wonderful asset here at the school. And just helps out a lot of different players in a lot of different sports. Tinley's still down.
Now these St. Pat's players here aren't really showing any respect. Usually when a player's down on the ground, it's customary to get down on one knee if you're the away team. Doesn't look like they're going to do that. And I personally would classify that as bad sportsmanship.
Yeah, especially when they've been playing and dominating the game as much as they have. Tinley able to get up on his feet and walk off the field on his own power. That's obviously a good sight. Looks like we're going to get back to the game, but David, if you're the Crusaders, you're losing 5-0 on your senior night. One of your best senior players just went down with an injury. It's good to see him get back on his feet and walk off the field, but how would you try to inspire the Crusaders to play here in these last 2 minutes?
I'll be honest, Jack. Last week at a cross-country meet, I inspired the runners by talking about how much my parents and their parents have given to them. So I would definitely be thinking about the sacrifices my parents have made and realizing that you need to play for them. I mean, at this point, you're playing for your pride, and you should be playing for your parents as well, because they are providing all of this for these soccer players.
And how is the cross-country team this year?
We're doing okay.
Action toward the goal. Ball goes out again. Looks like this should be... No, it'll be St. Pat's ball. Minute 30 remaining here. Some bright spots for the Crusaders on defense. The duo of Luke Harris and Damien Ovalle, who have been all over the field, really giving it their all. I was very excited to hear Luke Harris say that he was going to play Brother Rice soccer. I knew he'd bring something to this team that they'd maybe been lacking in the last couple of years. Ball goes out of bounds there. And I know a lot of other players on the soccer team were very excited to hear that Luke was joining. He played a good game tonight along with Damien Ovalle, who was all over the field making plays. As he has the ball again, passes it up to Green, but Green misses it and it goes out of bounds. It'll be St. Pat's ball. Well, the ball keeps going out of bounds in the same spot. Pats will try it again. They throw it in deep. It's headed by the Crusaders.
I have a feeling here that the Crusaders, once they get the ball, they're just going to try and clear it to prevent any further goals.
There's a shot attempt saved by McAuliffe. There's a little one-hopper there.
And as we reach the final few seconds of this game, I think we should highlight a few players, specifically all the seniors. They really tried as best as they could to perform as best as they could, and especially junior Pat McAuliffe. He had a phenomenal game, many saves, and really, I believe only 2 or 3 of those goals can be blamed on him.
Yes, well, we've reached the final here at Tom Mitchell Field. Your final score, St. Patrick's Shamrocks 5, Brother Rice Crusaders 0. Hard-fought effort here on senior night by the Crusaders. We thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time on BRTV.